Greetings, humans. Welcome back to the Black Pill. Let's talk about how many people actually vote anyway. Um, when I was writing, sometimes I'd put something political in a story, and someone in my critique group, always the same guy, would go, if you say that, you're going to piss off half the population, right? You're going to alienate half of your potential readers. Half. Interesting. And just recently, Joe Biden is out there stumping for Democrats and democracy, and saying, the MAGA Republicans are anti democracy and maybe dangerous, and the Republicans come back. You can't call half of Americans toxic, evil slime. If you meant to give a speech that unites America, you've done the opposite. Very divisive. And I call BS. Less than 20% of Americans voted for Trump in 2016. Less than 20% of the American population chose Trump as president in 2016. Shocking? Uh, let's do some math. In 2016, the US population numbered 323.1 million individuals, and Trump got 62.9 million votes. 62.9 million divided by 323.1 million times 100 gives you 19.4%. Hillary Clinton had more of the popular vote. 65.8 million people preferred her for president. That's 20.3%. 20.3% of the population. For those playing at home. Of course, eligible voters are a smaller segment, but we end up having to make these decisions for people who are children, the largest ineligible category of voters, and people who don't or can't vote for other reasons. In 2020, there were 329.5 million Americans. It's interesting in itself. About a what is that? 6 million people almost gain in the course of 4 years. Biden pulled a staggering, record-setting 81.3 million votes. That was not all enthusiasm for Joe Biden, obviously. Of course. Largely, it was a rejection of Trump and resulted from COVID forcing a lot of states really to allow a lot of mail in ballots and early voting and such than they would have under normal circumstances. But more voters equals more democracy. The more people we ask who they would like the president to be, right, the more democracy we have. 24.6% of the population elected Biden. 5% more of the population than Trump in 2016. That's a more democratic decision. Trump's numbers were also impressive in 2020. With 74.2 million votes, he would have won any election in American history by a large margin, except this one. This was the freest, fairest election in all of American history. We've never had a fully free and fair election. Gerrymandering, small states, long lines in black districts, poll taxes, and other Jim Crow era fascism have all contributed to unfair elections, even after women and formal slaves were enfranchised. But more voters means more democracy. And amazing. 66.8% of voters turned out for the 2020 election. And to many citizens of other democracies, it's amazing that that number is amazing. It is the highest voter turnout in at least in the 21st century so far, and the largest absolute number of voters ever. That nearly a third of eligible voters do not vote, largely by choice, is an amazing win for Republicans. The more people vote, the more they tend to prefer social programs and the status quo. Convincing Americans that both parties are equally bad, the left wing and the right wing are both attached to the same bird. Whew, That is a massive right wing propaganda coup.